Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy this format. I know that, well, first of all, I want to thank you for joining us because this is an experiment. We're trying to work with this format and figure it out and find ways for it to really assist you in your business. And tonight you just get to listen and watch. But I'm in the future, I want to have events that we can communicate back and forth, and there's ways that we can do that, and you can interact and be part of the presentation. And so what we want to do is get to the point that we can do all types of presentations on this, whether it's new consultant training, whether it's involving your clients where they can get on and watch and learn about new products, or we can have team building events. So we're hoping that this really is a format that you like. And so what I want you to do is, if you're on, I want you to text me or call me and tell me what you think of this format. So tonight for our training, I'm going to talk about booking. I had actually a couple different requests on booking. So we're going to talk about how to use that in different ways to book, different ways to network tonight. So I just really want to have a conversation about that. First of all, booking is the lifeline of your business, and it's really just an attitude. If you believe that you can book, if you know that you can book, if you have the right frame of mind to book, you will book. It also has a lot to do with your tone of voice, your excitement. Jan Harris used to tell me, because I was a little boring, she used to tell me to run up and down the stairs before I got on the phone so I could, so they could feel my enthusiasm and I could be excited. Or another thing is, I learned to book in front of a mirror so I can watch my face. That was really good. Another thing is, I booked standing up, so I had a sense of urgency. So there were different things that I did to help my voice be a little bit stronger when I booked, because guess what? I was nervous. I really didn't like to book. It wasn't my favorite thing to do. Still isn't. I mean, who likes to sit down and book? We don't, but we do it because it's part of our job. And you have to remember that booking is all numbers. You are not going to book everyone you call. Everyone you call is not going to answer the phone. And you have to find different ways to book. And you need to do a combination of texting and calling. And you should call and immediately follow up with the text. If you have not done the 21-day booking challenge or system, I do encourage you to go back, watch that video, get the scripts, change the scripts for whatever it is that you're talking about. And we're going to talk about different ideas to book, but change them to fit you. You don't have to use those specific scripts. Yes, they work, but you can come up with your own. As long as you're excited about what you have to offer, you're going to book. So we're going to talk about a couple different ideas. You need to get creative throughout the summer, and sometimes I think you just need to get creative for you. But there are different things that you can be doing. You can be doing pedicure parties, and you can do the waterless pedicure parties, or you can do watered pedicure parties out on the patio and do patio parties and have fun with that. You can do ice cream socials where you come in and you just do eyes, and it's quick, and you're in and out of there. Let me think of some other things. I've got to look at my notes. You can do contouring, because contouring is really great. So do contouring parties. Do Simply Flawless parties with the new concealers, with the new under eye product, with incorporating the new serum, that's correcting serum that's out. Do flawless skin parties where you're concentrating on what type of coverage is best for them, what type of foundation is best for them. Do foundation fit parties. Kathleen what did she do? She did makeovers and margaritas. I mean, have fun with it and just come up with great ideas, and share ideas on the Finest page, because if you did something that was lots of fun, share it so everybody else has an opportunity to try it too. Okay, so one of the things that we talked about this, I don't know, last week or a couple weeks ago. We talked about the tentative booking approach, and this is something that you really need to get figured out. The tentative booking approach is what you use when they say that they don't have enough time, or they don't know when they're going to book, or can I get back with you? Let me check with my friends and get back with you. Let me check with my schedule and get back with you. And this is what you say: Susan, I know that you're really busy and my books are filling up. So why don't we do this? Why don't we set up a tentative time? And with the understanding that you can get back with me within 24 hours if that doesn't work in your schedule, and we can reschedule it. The thing about it is, when you book a tentative booking, it ceases to be tentative. It is now a booking. And you just make it clear that she should get back with you within 24 hours. Another thing is, there's a couple things that you need to get in your terminology. You need to give a woman a choice, and you need to steer her. You just don't want to say, when can we get together, or what time is good for you, or when is it good for you. You need to be specifically, I'm scheduling for this week and next week, and this week I have X and Y open. What's better for you? And what you're doing is you're giving her a choice. You're directing her to a spot, and she's starting to think about, okay, where am I free? Am I free X or am I free Y? Instead of when are you available? Then what happens is she starts looking at when she's busy, and instead of when she's available. So you want to really focus her on what's available. Let me use an analogy for that. How many times do you call to get your hair, to schedule a hair appointment? And you call because you need a hair appointment, right? You want a hair appointment. And she says, okay, well, when would you like to come in? And you're thinking, well, right away. But you say, well, tomorrow. Well, she's booked tomorrow. The next day. Well, she's booked the next day. Instead, if she would have said, well, you know what? She's got Friday afternoon available, or Monday morning, which would work for you. Then you have choices, instead of you going this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The other thing is, you need to appear to be busy, because people like to work with busy people. So those are a couple things that I really wanted to talk to you about as far as terminology. And then the other thing is there any reason why? Use that terminology, because it sets them up to that no is a yes. Is there any reason why you want to like to invite a couple friends? Is there any reason why you want to get together to be pampered? So use those types of terminology. The other thing is that I believe in assuming the booking. So I don't even wait for it. When I'm talking to them, I might call them and say, Susan, I'm really excited. I have these new concealers in and this under eye product. I know you're going to love it. And I wanted to make sure I scheduled a time to get together with you. So what's best for you? This time or this time? I assumed the booking, and then I'm going to get it down, and then I'm going to say, you know what? I know your friends are all looking for this flawless look too. It's really the in thing right now. So why don't you invite a couple friends over, and we'll just have a riot. We'll kick back, relax, and have some girl time. How does that sound? Oh, you don't know if you can have people get together that quickly? Oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and see who can come. Either they can come or they can't. And you know what? We're going to have a riot. They're going to be so excited that they came and joined us. The thing is, you just need to not let them sell you on their schedule, because you know what? They're not any busier than you. And you need to fit them in. You need to take control of your schedule and fit them where you can fit in. Now, when you sit down to do your booking, it is important that you have your schedule in front of you and you have marked off when you want to book. Also, you should have a schedule with hourly time slots. Do not have day time slots with no lines. You have to have hourly time slots. Otherwise, you'll have a tendency to look at your calendar and think you're really busy too when you have one thing on your calendar or two things on your calendar. Well, that might have been 10 o'clock and 11:30 and you have the rest of the day free. So it is important that you work that way also. Okay, so let's talk about how to get leads and how to book. Getting leads. There's several different ways to get leads. First of all, one of the things well, I did multiple things when I started my business because, when I started, my mom had booked everybody that I knew. She had even booked my friends. She had even, so I didn't really know where I was going to start. I started with 3 people in the office. So you can do this too. I just learned to use multitudes of different ways to find my leads. So I'm going to talk about a few of them. First of all, I was always building a portfolio. And what's really great is now you can do a portfolio online. You can create a private Facebook group and have it be your business portfolio. You could have a heroes portfolio. You could have a mom's portfolio. Whatever you're working on right now, you can have that type of portfolio. You can have an off to college portfolio, and you can have those different groups, and then you can be posting those in those private groups, and then you have that available on your phone to show people, but it's private. Or if you want to invite them, whoever is in that portfolio, to that group, you certainly can. But then you have access to it, and it's posted somewhere, and you don't have to print out the pictures, and you're not putting it together like I used to actually carry a portfolio book around. The thing that it does is it teaches you exactly how they look in a photo, and you learn a lot that way. So you can do a professional woman's portfolio, and that's a great way to get people to refer people to you. Have a list of different professional women that you would like to have in your portfolio, and then you can ask, who do you know that fits in these categories? You can post it on your Facebook. I'm doing a professional woman's portfolio, and I'm looking for women in these categories. I'm looking for someone who's a personal assistant. I'm looking for somebody who's a CEO. I'm looking for someone in finance. I'm looking for someone who is a nurse. I'm looking for someone who's a teacher. And you can ask people to fill in those slots, or you can ask for referrals. Who do you know that would be in those slots? And the thing is, when you're doing a portfolio, you put a time frame on it. So if you're doing a portfolio by the end of May, that's your time frame. So it's done. I also love doing a heroes portfolio. Somebody that is a hero in your life. Who do you know that is a hero in your life? I would love to call them. I would love to pamper them, and I'd love to feature them in my heroes portfolio. And then what you can do is you can have that person who nominates them for that heroes portfolio write up something nice for them, and you can post that in there with it. Also, then you can offer that person a gift for getting together with you. So that's the portfolio way of booking. I used that a lot. And plus, that's really how I learned all my glamour techniques. A couple other things that I did. When I first started, I was nervous about doing parties, and so I had to become a master at getting referrals and booking from my bookings. And so I did the You Are the Heart of My Business. If you can read this just says, You Are the Heart of My Business. And I would put a penny right in the middle, and I would cut this and I would put this under their tray. So when I picked up their tray, that would be sitting there with a penny on there that says, You Are the Heart of My Business. And of course, they would always ask me about that. And that was a reminder to me to book their checkup facial and tell them that if they invited at least 2 friends to join them at their checkup facial, they could purchase any glamour item for that penny. And that was just my way of reminding me and getting me into the habit of booking from bookings. Another thing that I did is I just went on and I found all these stars, and I found their before and after pictures. And I put this in I tucked this in one of those clear vinyl bags, and I used that as my purse. And I would go out and about, and people would notice it, and they'd say, well, what's that? And I'd say, everybody needs a little help. Even the most beautiful women need help. They rely on a look to make them look fabulous. I'd love to do your before and after picture. Another thing is the Secret Pal method. And this is, you can hand these out at your skincare classes, and you can have them fill out people that are special in their life that would like a call from you. and what you do is you call them and you offer these people a free facial. You just call them and tell them, one of your friends nominated you for a facial and a free gift. This one says a $10 gift certificate. You can change it and do whatever you want, but your friend nominated you to be pampered for a pampering session and a free gift. And all we have to do is schedule our time. I'm booking for this next week. What's best for you? Can't wait to come and share with you who nominated you for this and give you your free gift. And then you can have them just write a nice little note, and if you want any of these things, you just have to tell me. Like, there's little things that they can write on the back, and then you can take that card with you and hand that to them when you do their Secret Pal pampering session. I also like the UN2. This is UN2, and they get a mascara of their choice. These are gift certificates that you can carry with you. So when you're warm chatting and you schedule somebody for a booking when you're warm chatting, you can hand this and say, you know what, if you just want to do a UN2, bring a couple friends. I know you don't know me. I'll give you a free mascara. And even if you don't have the new mascara, it doesn't matter. You can give them one of the current mascaras. You're giving them something free for them bringing two friends. So those are a few ideas. Let me see if I can look at any other ideas. Oh, another thing that I did is I canvassed my neighborhood. When I moved to Bellevue, right after I became a director, I did not know a soul in Bellevue. And so what I did is I went out and I literally went and met all my neighbors. I got dressed up in my business suit. I had my name tag on, and I had my cards. I had my date book. I had brochures. And I just literally went and knocked on their door, and I said, hi, I'm Mary Beth Pfeiffer. I'm new in the neighborhood. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm with Mary Kay, just checking to see if you're being serviced properly by your consultant. And you would get different reactions. I would get, no. I'm out of things. I lost my consultant. I'm so glad you came by. Well, great. I would love to refresh you with a free facial. Is this normally a good time of day for you? Great. How about if we schedule this time tomorrow and I'll come by? And you know what? I know you don't know me, so if you want to have a friend or so, that's great. I'll just give you a call before I come to know how many trays to bring. So just jot down your name and number, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm so excited to spend time with you. It's so fun to meet our neighbors. And then, if they would say, yes, I do, I'd say, great, here's my card. If you ever lose your consultant or ever in need of my service, here's my card. And then I would just go on. If they'd say, I don't know what you're talking about, I'd say, oh, well, I'm so excited. It's my pleasure to be able to offer you my service and a free facial. All we do is we get together, I pamper you for about 45 minutes, and I get to know you, and you get to know me. And so it's very easy. Well, okay, let me take that back. It's very simple. It was very hard for me to do. I have to tell you, when I first started doing it, I really was very nervous. I maybe even had a few tears before I went out and did it. But what I found is in a half hour, I got a booking. In a half hour, I could hit 12 houses, and out of 12 houses, I would get a booking. And that way I could control my time. If I had an hour, and I always went out at the time that I wanted to book. So if my kids were at preschool and it was in the morning, I went out in the morning, and I would book for the next day during that time slot. So if I had an hour, I knew I could get 2 bookings. And I really felt like I was in control of my time when I did that. Of course, going out and sharing your business card, I really did kind of make this a rule of thumb that if I handed out, or if I gave them money, I tried to get a name back. There was a time when Dale Chorus came to my house to sell me fire alarms. And he was sitting in I was a brand new director. If I'm trying to think back, yes, I was a brand new director. I was in Fremont, and he was sitting at my table, and he sold us these fire alarms. And I had my checkbook out, I had my pen out, and I set my pen down on my checkbook. And I looked at him, and at that time I thought my husband was going to be transferred to Grand Island, and I was thinking, I was in Fremont, was thinking Columbus would have been a great transition between Fremont and Grand Island. Little did I know we were going to be going the opposite direction into Bellevue. But I sat my checkbook down, I put my pen on it, and I looked at him and I smiled and I said, I'm building my business in the Columbus area. Who do you know that would be good at doing what I do? And I sat there and I was quiet with my pen on my checkbook as he had the contract written up. And he gave me a name, and that name was Lori Langen. And so ask for referrals. I mean, he was a guy. I wasn't really going to facial him, but he, men know women. Ask for referrals. Because when a man refers a woman, whether it's for a facial or for this business, they're more likely, that woman is more likely going to respond because she felt a compliment from that man. Okay, in closing, I want to talk about something. I posted a video today. I hope you guys all saw that on the Find Us page. And it was about, you know what, you just got to do it. You can't wait till you're no longer afraid. You just have to do it. You are going to get no's. The odds are you're going to have to, even with people that you know, it's 1 out of 4. People that you don't know, it's closer to 1 out of 8. Do you in insurance, they have to call, 1 out of 100 to get a referral. So our booking, it's really not that bad. And you have to not take the rejection personally. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting they're rejecting either the product or they're busy in their life, or they don't feel they deserve it, or whatever. But this is what I want you to know, is people want what you have. You just have to find a fun way to offer it to them. If they didn't want what you have, Pinterest wouldn't be filled with contouring ideas. It wouldn't be filled with eye ideas. It wouldn't be filled with glamour ideas or makeup ideas. If people want, YouTube videos wouldn't be going crazy with instructional videos. They want what you have, and you have the opportunity to let them try it before they buy and be in a teaching, learning situation, having fun. Just get excited about what you have to offer other people. I hope this was informative to you. I do want to hear your input on this format. It was great coming to you live this evening. So if you are on when we hang up, I want you to shoot me a text, and I want you to tell me what you thought. Have a great evening.